This is the M18 Jobsite fan. Is this thing worth the money? I don't know. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and see. So if you want to be part of the family here, click that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss another one of our videos when we upload it. Plenty of good content. We have lots of videos coming up. This is the M18 Jobsite fan. This is just plugged in into the back. This does not charge your battery when it is plugged in. There you go. You can just plug it in. You don't need the battery. So if you want to pick this up and you're like, I don't have any of the batteries, just go ahead and plug it in. The good thing about this is you don't have to recharge it. All you do is swap a battery out. So if you want to use this 50 amp battery, okay. Put your battery in, and there we go. 50 amp battery, and you're right back to running it any way you want, all the way on high. This can be a little pricey, but this is another great Milwaukee premium product. This is pretty solid, just like all their pack out stuff. You can tell it's well made. I really like this a lot. If you want to run this on low with the 5 amp battery, you're going to be able to get about 17 hours of run time. If you run it on high, you're going to get about 4 hours of run time. You put like a 12 amp battery in here, then you're going to get at least 8 hours, if not more. I'm sure you'll get more at that point. A lot of times you have a plug it in and save your battery. So if you're wanting to run this on high, there are ways to run it on high with the 5 amp battery all day. You have to improvise. You use it on the battery, you come back and you can plug it in and use it off the battery to save that battery life. To have it plugged in whenever you need to plug it in, plug it in. So if the power goes out, this is going to work great for that. Because now we can just use our Milwaukee batteries. We got a couple we can use, and that'll keep us cool, and then we can just figure out how we're going to recharge it, generator, what have you. The garage here is kind of hot. This is going to be great for the garage because you can blow that air on you. It's not that it's that hot, it's there's no airflow. And here in Florida, we don't really get a lot of airflow. With no wind, you got to have something that's going to put out wind. And that way we can have this so we can stay cool. And that makes it a great product for us, for me here in Florida. A lot of times I'm out mowing the grass and I come in, I'm all hot and I'm tired and I just, still have to do the weed eating, but I need to come in and cool off some. So turning this fan on, having it ready to go, blowing some air on me is going to be great. It's going to cool me off and I'll be ready to grab my weed eater and go out and weed eat. This is going to keep you cool on those hot days when it's really hot outside. As we all know, electric is going up. The electric bill, it can be sky high, so we don't have the air on freezing ourselves where we need jackets inside the house. We just want to stay comfortable so we can afford the electric. So by doing that, having a fan running, which we have fans around the house circulating the air, we feel cool. But when you're working in a room like a bathroom or maybe a bedroom around the house and things like that, and you just don't have a fan, this is going to come in handy. Another thing that this would be good for, drying paint. You've heard this before. You take a fan, you can put it on paint and help it dry, at least circulate the air. This will do that. The possibilities with this is just unlimited. This puts out a lot of air. On high, 14 mile-an-hour winds are coming straight out of this thing. Low, you can see the air coming out. This is medium, and this is high. And this is off. This is 5 feet away. So I am 5 feet from that fan and I can feel that fan. Let's back it up a little bit. Whew, it's still, that fan feels really good. From about 6, that was at least another foot. So that's 6 feet. I'm 6 feet away from that fan and all this, like every bit of this area, like all of this, it's right in here. All this, where my arms stretched out. Okay, so how wide is that? Let's go from here to over to here. So we're at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at least 5 feet. So it's safe to say that this fan can run 5 feet by 5 feet. Okay, so now we know that this fan will put out air 5 feet away and 5 feet wide. That's a good amount of air. You got your little toolbox, right? It's just a touch bigger than this box height-wise. Now the fan itself comes here, but then you have this extra piece. So let's get a tape measure and measure it. From the bottom, you have that little outside edge. So this is roughly about 10 inches wide. So 10 wide. And so how high is this thing? It's about 14 and a half. Maybe we'll call it 15. That's a pretty good size fan. You're on a job or whatever and you don't have a fan, this is gonna keep you cool, and I guarantee you'll be able to work longer. You're gonna be a happier worker because you're not so hot and sweaty and bothered, and you're gonna feel a lot better in the long run. You're gonna feel cool, because whenever we cool off, we're like, whew, I took a break, I feel cooler, I'm ready to go. That's what's gonna happen here. You keep this thing on you, you're gonna feel cooler, and you're gonna continue to work at a more positive pace. You're gonna have a positive outlook on whatever you're doing with this fan. This is a fan you're gonna wanna buy. You just have to, and I'll tell you why. It's durable, it's made by Milwaukee, it's built to last. It's gonna be rough and tough. You can tumble it over on accident, pick it up, and it's still gonna work. That's the beauty of Milwaukee, and that's why we buy Milwaukee tools, am I right? I kept thinking, what am I gonna do about a fan? I don't wanna be tied down to having it plugged in all the time. You wind up in just a corded nightmare of cobwebs going on there. And so you gotta cut the cords, you know, like we did with our drills. We cut the cord, now they're batteries. So why not have a battery fan? Well, this is it. This is the perfect solution for keeping you cool. I'm actually gonna pick up some cleats for this so that this can go onto my pack out, and it'll just lock into place. I know they make it, I've seen it already. And then you can wheel this thing around wherever you want it and it not go nowhere. I am 100% pleased with buying this product. I think that this is probably the best purchase I've made, because I can buy all the tools and all the things I want. But if I'm burning up, that ain't no good. I'll leave a link down in the description below. You can go and check out this exact fan that I bought, and you decide for yourself if that's something you want to do. The airflow it's putting out around me makes it well worth it, because I can cool off in a whole area. So as I'm talking in the garage, it's gotten hotter in here because the fan ain't on, because I don't want to have to talk over the fan and you hear the fan noise. There is some cool air in here if you circulate it. You fan yourself, you're a lot happier. You feel, oh man, that feels so good just from doing that. Hot air, whatever it is, just getting that fan towards you. You have to have this. Don't pass on it. Don't say no, it's too much. Just go ahead and do it. You're gonna thank me later, and you're gonna leave comments saying how great this fan was and how wonderful it is, and I had to have it. You were right. It's been the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I feel a lot happier in every environment that I'm in, that I need a fan or I have a fan. It's been wonderful turning it on and just using it. That's what you're gonna be letting me know in the comments, how great that you enjoyed this fan and how much you love it. With that said, we're gonna be off to another video, so click this link right here and follow us over there.